we should be streaming. Let me just double check. Okay, we are on Twitch. It's still connecting on YouTube. Let me just double check that's working.
Yeah, they're a pain.
Okay. I think it's working. Let me just double check though. Oh, that's so cute. I didn't know our thumbnail was gonna be like that. That's crazy. Okay.
Wait, I want to see.
Well, if you can go look at YouTube if you want. Anyway, what we got?
I'll just see later.
All right, cool. Let's see. Okay, so we're doing Am I the Asshole stories. Oh wait, should I? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna make this bigger. Yeah, that should be fine. Cause I want it to be readable, legible. All right. I want to make it bigger. Okay. Alright, we're doing Am I the Asshole stories first. Okay. Wait, and then, okay, perfect. So, we're, I wish there's a dark mode for this. Is there a dark mode? No, there isn't. Alright, too bad. You ready?
Yep.
Alright.
AITA for moving back home after my husband left me even though I'm pregnant. I've been getting cruel messages from my ex, his family, and our friends for the past few days. My soon-to-be ex-husband Levi 33M and I 28F have been together for a decade, married for 5 years. I'm currently pregnant with our first baby and due next month. After I graduated I moved back to his hometown, a major city on the West Coast, with him. I'm from a bigger city in the Midwest, but loved living out there. I thought we were happy. We planned our baby and were so excited. But a few weeks ago he told me he was going to file for divorce. He said he didn't want to be tied down anymore, he was still young and needed to live his life etc. He said there was nobody else but I know since then he's been seeing someone. He wanted me to move out but this is my house too, I put down the down payment even. So he's been staying with his friend Louis. I can't afford to live here on my own while maintaining my lifestyle. Sure I could make it work, but it wouldn't be the kind of lifestyle I'd want to live especially with a baby. I make really good money even but it's so expensive. I have friends for sure but not the support system he does. No family here. So I've decided to move back home, and luckily my company has a location in my hometown so I was able to keep my job. My parents have been so supportive. They're divorced and hate one another but are now combined in their hatred of Levi, which is interesting to see. They've secured me a nice rental home in my city and refused to let me pay them back, saying I need to save for buy my next house. They're paying for my divorce lawyer and my co-pays at my new
Or
doctor
buy my
here.
next house.
They're paying said I'm doing the right thing for my baby and are happy to help. My mom is about to retire and even wants to watch my baby while I work after my maternity leave. So it's been an ideal situation for me. Levi is furious. He's claiming that I moved to get back at him and am going to try to keep him out of our baby's life. I
He
explained very
asked.
clearly that I couldn't afford to be a single mom in San Diego but he doesn't believe me. He's told everyone I moved back to get the upper hand on custody. That's not why I moved but it's definitely a plus. His job doesn't have any locations here and they won't keep him if he moves. He could get another job here of course, but he says that's too much to ask of him. I told him I'd be going for child support once the baby is born and he told me I needed to make up my mind, could he be a dad or no? I told him he was going to be a dad regardless and if he doesn't want to move here then he would be a dad by paying child support. I don't think I'm the asshole, I think I'm doing what I have to do. But I don't know what I'm supposed to say to all these people texting and calling me and telling me I'm keeping Levi's baby from him.
What the? Okay.
I mean, he was the one that kicked her out, but I also feel like it's a tricky situation because of the baby.
Yeah. Wait, so okay, I might have missed it, but why can't he visit the baby?
Because his job will fire him if he moves over there because they don't offer like long distance work, I guess.
Okay, but he kicked her out.
Yeah, and like I
So
agree that sucks, but also it does kind of suck for the baby. But
man,
I
that's a
I think
baby.
this yeah, no, I think this issue is best solved in a court with a lawyer.
Yeah. And who's gonna get custody though? Is it gonna be like a shared custody thing where they have to like, you
If it
know?
is, then it's probably going to have to be long distance.
Yeah, that's what's annoying though.
Yeah, so yeah, I think this is one that you shouldn't take to Reddit and you should instead solve with a lawyer.
Let's see.
Maybe if you have to take it to Reddit, go to r/legal advice
That's true.
where they actually have lawyers on Reddit and they're willing to help you.
Uh,
Shall we move on to the next one?
sure, but
Or should we?
I'm just looking at what people said about are they the asshole or not.
Oh, okay. Not the
So
asshole.
basically, no, not the asshole is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I don't. I'm gonna say not the asshole because it doesn't seem like she's like intentionally doing anything wrong. But I will say it's a really rough situation, and I kind of don't feel like either of them are the asshole. Like, I mean, he's the asshole for kicking her out, obviously, but um, with the child, I don't think there's really an asshole. The mom is just trying to do what she thinks is best for the child, and he wants to be in the child's life, but he also doesn't want to compromise. So in the end, he's kind of the asshole.
Yeah,
But yeah, I still think this is best solved in a court.
I see. All right, I'm gonna use this one next.
Uh,
I got it. Don't worry.
AITA for ignoring my parents and shutting down their weak attempts to bond with me after years of verbally abusing me and ignoring me to care for my disabled brother. My brother, 16M, is in respite care for the first time ever and my parents turned their attention to me, 17M, after he went in. They tried talking to me nicely and making food for us to eat together because we never eat together and they never make me food. Mom even said she made my favorites but it was something I would never in a million years eat because I hate mushrooms.
oh
They
my god, is
realized
this
it
post
pretty
just
fast
me?
and were like, oh but we all love mushrooms and I told them they don't know the first thing about me so stop pretending stuff like that is a we love. My parents told me that wasn't fair and I said their attempt to bond with me was bullshit. I brought up how often they push me away, when they'd yell and cuss at me for trying to get their attention. They told me they're under so much stress with my brother and I asked them if that made it okay to ignore me and to yell and cuss at me and even cussing and yelling when I was a little kid who needed an adult. It almost became a fight but I walked off and ignored them when they tried to fight or keep talking. I ignored them another day when they said they were just sitting and talking and wanted me to join in. Then the next day they said we needed to go for a drive together like a family and I told them to stop. I said they weren't making up for how they treat me and to stop wasting their energy. I said they didn't get to excuse their behavior or ignore it by offering to talk to me or drive around with me. They said it wasn't fair because they're trying now and again excused it all with I don't know how hard their life is. They said they want to know me, to find out how school's going, to see what classes I'm taking and what my teachers say about me. They wanted me to help them figure out my school's parents portal because they never gave a rat's ass to sign up and check out report cards and other stuff. It's been easier to ignore than to verbally shut shit down because they just want to engage and turn it into a fight but I'm tired of opening my mouth and being cussed at. It started when I was 4 or 5 and happened frequently for like 10 years. It only stopped when I realized I had to be on my own. My brother's going to be coming home soon anyway so I won't fight for them to be uninvolved again once he's here and to risk more yelling and being cussed at. AITA?
Okay, so I try to figure out why the parents were talking to him. Like, why they pretending to care, I guess. Because, like, the brother's in the hospital, basically.
The hospital, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but, like, that's... Why?
It does feel sketchy.
Wait, but why? Like, why would the brother being in the hospital make them want to talk to their other son more?
I have two thought processes. If this is a case of golden child situation, it could be one idea that I had is they're trying to make up for lost time and sort of pivot because their golden child is gone.
Yeah, I'm seeing that too.
Or the other option is, and I've seen this in many other Reddit stories, they want something from the child, and it's usually money to pay for the or
He's only
organs.
17. Oh, I was gonna say he's only 17 though. But that's crazy. If they just want his organs, that's crazy.
Yeah, well, some people are freaking crazy.
Yeah, I
And
know.
you see it on Reddit all the time, and I don't know if it's fake or not, but it happens on Reddit all the time.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, it could be that, but
Either way, I think that if everything is true in this post, I think that they're not the asshole.
well, yeah, I don't think they're the asshole either. But I'm just trying to like understand like both sides. Oh wait, sorry, I just realized it's on the title. Ignore me to care for my okay, so the brother's disabled. I didn't know that. Okay. Yeah, it really is. It's kind of just like I'm assuming the parents are just like, oh, the brother needs more like attention and whatnot, but they did it so bad that they
Oh, yeah,
completely.
you know what? The verbally abusing, that could be from stress due to always having to take care of said disabled brother. Like, obviously, that's not an excuse, and that you should not be verbally abusing your child no matter what. But, um, it does kind of make sense when you think about like context.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, okay. That sucks. That just sucks. Not the assholes,
Yeah,
but that sucks.
yeah.
Alright, let me know if you have another story. I'm gonna look for another one.
I'll let you know.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna do this one just because I read the first sentence and I was like, what? Alright, ready? Find another one, by the way, but I do have this when you're ready.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
AITA for telling my sister that her relationship is a sunk cost for him. My sister slept with her best friend's BF. They were friends
Oh,
since
shit.
first grade. I loved her like a sister too. Now my sister and that douchebag are a couple. She was sick last week and she called me crying hysterically saying that he hasn't even wanted to come home and stayed at his parents' because he didn't want to get it from her. She compared to how he was with his ex when she was sick and he was all cute and took care of her and brought her food, cleaned her apartment and brought everything from the drugstore. I listened and offered to make her chicken soup, but she said she would manage. Today we both were at my parents' and she brought up how he wasn't generous with her. No flowers, no dinners, no expensive bags and no trips. I told her that it was easy. Dump him.
Okay, I paused because I just want to say something. What what did you expect? Like the boyfriend's cheating with you, but like yeah, that's what happens. I don't know. Like clearly he doesn't have
Yeah.
any. I don't know. It's just one of those things. It's just like, what? Okay, sorry. Continuing.
You reaped what you sow. That's
Yeah,
what it is.
it's just like, well, obviously he doesn't actually care about you. He just did it for the thrill.
He traded down. He was in love with his ex, but he is not in love with you. He barely looks at you while he was head over heels for his ex. He looked happy while now he looks like he's been led to the guillotine. She was angry and started crying, saying I was being rude and that he wouldn't be with her if he didn't love her. I said it was sunk cost for him. Mom said I was off for saying he traded down because he was the one who cheated, and I said I agreed 100% that he is the biggest loser of the two, but he traded down nonetheless, if yet to his own level. Both started yelling at me. I apologized for being honest, but I told her that they both broke the heart of a girl who gave them nothing but love and support, and I loved like a sister, and that even if she, my sister, is my sister and I love her very much, I will never not tell my truth, so don't ask me for it. Mom kicked me out.
I'm hoping the kicked out was just like get out of the room or something, and not like you get out of the house and don't come back ever kind of thing, because that'd be crazy. Anyway,
Yeah.
obviously I don't I mean I mean, come on. What did you think was gonna happen? It's just like, obviously. Oh, I think I need to look. I want to look for a story where you are the asshole. Because I like those ones. Those are interesting. Because it's like, what the fuck is this guy saying?
They're so out of touch with reality that
Yeah,
everyone
yeah.
in the
And they're
comments
so
is like, what
delusional, and
the?
it's so funny. I want to see those ones. But it's like 90% of the time, they're not the asshole. But I mean, to be fair, it might also be because they like tilt the story so it favors them.
Yeah, I was gonna say usually they spin the story, but when they say they are the asshole, that's fun because that means even when they're spinning the
Yeah,
story,
exact. That's
they're
why
the
I think it's so funny, because it's just like nice.
Question. I'm still looking for like other stories. Um, how weird are we getting?
I mean, you can go as weird as you want, as long as it's not like, like super 18 plus or something,
Yeah, I was gonna say there's like NSFW ones.
Yeah. How NSFW are we talking though?
I don't know. I haven't read them. It's tagged with NSFW. Should we avoid those ones?
You can.
But nuclear revenge usually has NSFW on it though, and
I
I
was gonna
love
say,
nuclear revenge
I was gonna
stories.
say you can look at it, just skim read it to make sure it's not like a sex story. For whatever reason, I don't know
Yeah,
why
it's
they would
just
do that, but
entirely pink.
it's just smut. They just wrote a
Yeah.
smut for.
For Reddit. Here's my
Here's my smut story. Am I the asshole for kicking him in the end or something? It's like, what? Okay.
Oh my god. I'm trying to find a funny story. The last couple ones have been like
It's just like
not so
dramatic, I
funny.
guess. Yeah, they're not funny. It's like dramatic, I guess.
The first two were just sad.
Uh-huh.
The last one, though, it was kind of funny because it's like, okay. Oh my god, the title in this one is all caps.
What is it?
Am I the asshole for getting pissed at my best friend for dating the guy I like?
Wow. They're really mad. You can tell.
Yeah, yeah.
So look at the Am I the Devil?
No. You know what? Maybe. I'm gonna look at Today I Fucked Up because those
Wow.
ones are usually the funny ones.
Oh, today I fucked up. Yeah, those are funny.
The first one that I found. Today I fucked up by accidentally getting my neighbor's cat high and becoming the villain of the
What?
neighborhood Facebook group.
What? Oh my god, I see it. Wait, can I? Okay, I got it. Don't
We're
worry.
we're doing it. We're doing it.
I got it. Don't worry. That's crazy.
Title.
All right. Let me see. All right, ready?
Mm-hmm.
TIFU by accidentally getting my neighbor's cat high and becoming the
Okay,
villain of the
sorry. I made it too fast. I'm trying to make it faster because it was just talking too slow. Let me try it again.
TIFU by accidentally getting my neighbor's cat high and becoming the villain of the neighborhood Facebook group. Yesterday I was cooking dinner and left my balcony door cracked open. My neighbor's cat, who I'll call Chairman Meow because he basically rules our apartment complex, just strolled in like he pays rent. I didn't think much of it. I was frying onions, scrolling TikTok, just vibing. Then I remembered I had some special brownies in a container on the counter from the night before. I went to grab one, and the container was already open. The cat ate half. I immediately panicked. I googled can cats get high and my search history now makes me look like Pablo Escobar's veterinarian. I wrapped the cat in a blanket burrito and rushed him to the emergency vet. The vet tech looked at me like I just tried to assassinate Garfield. $600 later, the cat is totally fine.
What the The storytelling is peak.
Actually better than fine, because now the entire neighborhood knows about it thanks to the Facebook group. My neighbor posted something like some irresponsible person got my sweet Chairman Meow high on drugs. Be careful who you live next to. Now half the comments think I'm a menace to society and the other half are tagging their friends saying this is peak apartment living. The kicker is that Chairman Meow came back this morning and scratched my door until I let him in. This dude is literally trying to break into my apartment for round 2. So now I'm the neighborhood's accidental cat drug dealer. TL, DR, don't leave your brownies out.
That's hilarious.
That's
Okay.
great.
What? Wait, can cats eat brownies? Like chocolate, basically? I thought, or is that just
No,
dogs?
they're not supposed to eat
But do
chocolate.
they die?
It's poisonous.
Okay, so it's probably not a real story. Because the cat probably would have just died. It's still
Yeah, no,
brownie.
you may be right. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to see if anyone else.
Well,
Though.
no, because they took it to the They took it to the doctor.
I know, but like the result of it is not that like the cat is like throwing up and like sick. It's that the
Okay,
cat's
I
high
do
as
know.
fuck.
I do know that chocolate is like generally supposed to be poisonous for them, but it doesn't always end with them dying. So,
Okay. Yeah. See this. I don't know. Maybe.
but yeah, to your point, like it could not be real. I just think
That was just the first thing that popped up. In
like
my
how descriptive this person wrote it, it kind of feels like it might be real.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people don't think it's real, but it's still a funny story nonetheless.
Yeah, okay.
What?
Today I think sorry,
I
today I fucked up.
Pavlov
I think
myself
I
to sleeping. What? What? What was it?
I think I Pavloved my
Why is it not safe for work? Give me 1 second. I just want to make sure how
What do
crazy
you
are we
mean why
talking.
it's not safe for work? It said sleeping with my wife for food.
Oh, but like how descriptive is it?
Um
Okay, it doesn't like that. It's good. It's
it
fine.
does it says without going into too much
Yeah, it's
detail,
fine.
so I
It's
think it
fine.
should be fine.
Can we can we just like read smut on Twitch or something, or is that like crazy? I just want
I
to
have
know.
no
Like I'm not. I
idea.
wasn't planning on it, but I'm just saying. Like, are we? Would we get canceled?
You want to talk about member?
Stop. Stop. Okay, I guess we'll read this one.
TIFU, I think I Pavloved myself into sleeping with my wife for food. So I'm 34, Been married almost 8 years now. I love my wife and our marriage is great. That being said, and without going into too much detail, there are certain things she likes to do in the bedroom which require a certain amount of prep, which honestly I don't always feel like putting in the time and effort into doing. Not that I don't enjoy the act, mind you, I just don't always want to turn it into a whole production. In a seemingly unrelated note, there's a bakery I really love. They make the absolutely best croissants, it's like eating clouds, it's insane. But
Croissant?
keeping with the theme of me not
I know, I was thinking about that too. I was like, wow, the way they say croissant.
wanting to make a whole thing of these things, it's located on a narrow street, not within walking distance, and parking is a nightmare. Going there is a commitment. Still, whenever we do go, it's so worth it. We get pastries for the day, some coffee and a few plain croissants to make croissant sandwiches later, it's amazing. A while back my wife went, how about I go get us pastries from the place you like while you prepare and we do the thing, and I agreed because in my mind, totally worth it. It was practically the best day ever. This became something of a norm for a few months. Unfortunately, the other day when I went to get pastries I realized I couldn't stop thinking about sex. Now apparently that particular act in my mind is completely tied to those croissants. I genuinely cannot perform the act without craving croissants, and perhaps even worst, I cannot go to the bakery without thinking about sex. I'm not
That's
gonna say it
crazy.
ruined either sex or croissants for me, but sending my wife out to get pastries in return for sex certainly did backfire. TLDR, I sent my wife to get pastries in return for performing an act she likes in bed, and now my brain can't separate the act from the pastries.
That's funny.
The comments.
That's crazy. Wait. Yeah. Wait, that's crazy. The idea that.
Pavlovian type.
What?
Someone in the comments. Surely you meant
Oh, I
Pavlovian.
see. Not the pegging. Everyone's being like, is it pegging? Basically.
Is it pegging?
Oh, that's too funny. Okay, what the fuck does this mean?
Wait, is it confirmed? Did the OP say that it was
Wait, sorry, what?
Tell us your wife likes pegging you without telling us your wife likes Look, since the peg's out of the bag, I'm just gonna say it. There's more to it than a wham bam. Thank you, sir.
Oh my god.
Whole thing involved, and I gotta put some sauce.
Every single person is like, it's pegging.
Put some sauce on it to make it better.
I also didn't put together that it was that. I mean, I guess I could have, but I just didn't really think about it that hard.
Yeah, I wasn't really thinking about it, but I guess it makes sense since they said while you prepare.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I really didn't think about it that hard then.
I just thought like it was like a role play thing, and he was like setting up the role play
I
stuff.
thought it was just normal.
But the fact that it's like confirmed that it's like pegging related is funny.
Wait, it's confirmed. Did he say that?
In the comments, that's what I was reading. The response
What?
was, "Okay, well, since the peg's out of the bag,
Oh
there's
my.
a little bit more to it. It's not just pegging.
Oh my god. But it is okay. That's crazy.
It is pegging." And for the innocent ones in the chat, that just means using a pen.
Oh my god. Oh no.
Today I fucked up by having an Apple Watch on during sex.
Yeah, I'm looking at that right now. I'm like, Oh. I just read the TLDR and that's crazy.
Oh god, what is it?
Okay, I guess we can just do it then.
TIFU by having my Apple Watch on during sex. So a bit of context
Oh,
first.
we are doing
I
this
recently
one?
started PT sessions at the
so.
gym and was assigned a male trainer. To keep up with my activity I share my Apple Watch fitness goals and it also notifies him every time I've finished a workout. Fast forward to
no!
last night, I was out for drinks with my friends and ended up at an underground
I
hip-hop
already know where this is
nightclub.
going.
At around 2 a.m., after plenty drinks and wild moves on the dance floor, I ended up going home with a guy from the club. Now this is where the issue begins. As soon as we get to his place, we begin making out and stripping each other's clothes off. At some point during all this, I believe something triggered a workout on my Apple Watch. I didn't know it at the time though. Anyways, we did our dirty business, which was amazing, and as I'm finishing him off with some head, my watch buzzes slightly to tell me my workout hit the 1 hour mark. At this point, I just sort of laughed it off and continued finishing him off, didn't think much of it. Then today I had a PT session with my trainer and as soon as he walked in, he said, "Wow, 2 workouts in a day. Didn't think you'd show up after your intense 3 a.m. workout session." Instantly it all clicked and I realized the fuck up, which made me blush and feel super embarrassed. Didn't help he kept making comments throughout our session, grinning face with sweat. TLDR, had a one night stand with my Apple Watch recording sex at 3 a.m. as a workout and notifying my trainer about it.
The grinning face with sweat was really funny
Oh
to
my
me.
god.
But
Yeah,
is...
that is
Oops.
embarrassing. That is embarrassing. And your freaking instructor knows.
That is funny though. I don't know, I did something. What did I do? Give me 1 second. I need to figure something out. Okay. Do you have another story? We don't have to do today I fucked up, by the way. You can do anything.
Yeah, I just like Today I Fucked Up. It's really funny. What are all the NSFW ones like crazy?
No.
Today I fucked up by accidentally playing D&D ambiance while someone identified their dead friend.
What? Where is this?
Iridocyclitis is the name of the person who
Oh my
posted
god,
it.
I see, okay. It's kind of short, but sure. Iridocyclitis.
Yeah.
I actually don't know what that means. What is that?
I don't know either.
I just know it from that one guy.
The
It
one
says it.
vine.
Yeah. Why is it so funny? Anyway, okay.
TIFU by accidentally playing D&D ambience while someone identified their dead friend. I work in a morgue where we do official IDs with police and next of kin. Kind of like in the movies. I gently explained the process and gave them some time to compose themselves, then ushered the deceased's friends into the room. And as I raised the curtain, I must have accidentally pressed play on my phone. The last thing that was playing? Dungeons and Dragons Medieval City Street ambience very loudly because I played D&D last night. The tiny room was suddenly filled with one deceased person, 2 officers, 2 grieving friends, myself, 20 medieval civilians and merchants selling their wares, horses, and chickens. I'm so mortified and I hope I haven't scarred them for life. TLDR phone started playing D&D ambience during a formal identification of a deceased and I'm mortified.
Okay, at least it wasn't like a porn video. Because that would have been crazy.
That would, yeah.
That would have been so funny though.
Today I fucked up by giving my niece a new word. Is it a swear word? Please say it's a swear word.
Where is this? Is it up or down?
Down.
Down. How far down? I'm not seeing it.
It wasn't too far down from the one we just read.
Okay, well, I don't see it. Can you link me?
Maybe try scroll backing up.
I don't think I see it. I don't know, maybe I'm just blind. Yeah, just can you link me to it? Oh wait, are you
Yeah,
looking
okay.
at my screen? Okay, if you're looking at my screen, then you can just tell me where it is. But
Um, go. Yeah, you're okay. Scroll down a little.
okay,
Um, scroll.
kind of far down. You lied to me. What?
Wait, continue.
Okay, that that one just made me go so dead.
Huh. I'm not seeing it on yours. I wonder if ours is different.
Maybe. Anyway, let's do the umbilical cord one, cause that's crazy.
Sure, but I'm gonna link you to this one as well.
Okay, I'll do the umbilical cord one first, though. Starting.
TIFU, and now I have a medical cup with 3 to 4 inches of umbilical cord in my fridge. So obligatory. This happened last week. Last Thursday my son was born. This is my second child, and I have been so excited to meet him. When he was born, at least where I'm located in the US, what they do is cut the cord, then ask the father to come over to cut off a section of cord left on the belly button. After a few minutes of soaking in my son, helping my wife do the same while they put her back together, she had a C-section, and whatnot, I turned to the nurse that had actually helped me cut the cord. Me, hey, can I have that section of umbilical cord we cut off? Nurse, that goes off for analysis. Would you like me to cut some extra? Me, oblivious, that'd be great, yes please. She comes back a minute later with a medical cup containing the bit of umbilical cord, hands it to me, and all is well. After another half hour or so, we were being brought back, we were just hanging out, and I have the cup of umbilical cord just sitting on the counter at the moment. A little later, my wife's friend is by, and I very proudly showed her the cup of umbilical cord. She looked slightly confused and grossed out and asked me why I had this. This is where I tell her that, of course, I wanted to keep a hold of it, just like we did with my daughter. My wife burst out laughing, and after I asked why, she explained that all we kept was the bit that fell off the belly button once it dries up. I can only try to describe to you the combination of confusion, recognition, and embarrassment I felt. Of course that's what we did. I remembered this. And I asked a poor nurse to just cut me off a little extra. For no reason. To the nurse's credit, she was incredibly professional about the situation and never made me feel weird about the request. My wife also found it really funny and kind of sweet. When I asked why in the world she didn't ask the reasoning behind my request, she explained that she knows how I am, I like collecting things like animal skulls, and honestly just didn't really question it. Now I just have a container with a section of umbilical cord in it, sitting next to my eggs, that I don't know quite what to do with. TLDR, I forgot that you only keep the bit of umbilical cord that falls off the belly button after a baby is born, so instead asked a nurse to just cut me off some extra and now it's sitting in my fridge.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I've never even heard of that before.
I have not either. It's just crazy to me, cause like that's not really something I would keep personally.
Yeah.
Anyway, you sent me and I saw. A second. Alright. Let me pull it up. Oh, it's long. Alright.
TIFU by giving my niece a new word. This actually happened a little while ago. I have to give context. My sister got married to her ex-husband who I dislike so much, but it's not my relationship, not my problem. The marriage gave me 3 beautiful nephews and 1 niece. Once they got a divorce, my sister moved into her own place and I love coming to visit and spending as much time as I can with the kids. All the kids have their own nerd obsession that runs in the family and makes me so happy. They write books, draw up comics strips, or like learning about DC and Marvel characters. What's crazy is that all but one is under 10, so they are so smart. Unfortunately also very impressionable. This happened when my niece was 3, she is 5 now. I came over on a visit to surprise the oldest with a birthday PS4. He was very excited and he asked me if we could watch Young Justice together. I said hell yeah. We turn on the TV and we start up where we were last. Robin aka Nightwing at the time needed to get a team together. He went by all his friends' houses. Everyone greeted him with a hey dick. This went on at least 4 times. My niece who came into the living room heard the word dick and now it became her favorite word. And wouldn't stop. I tried teaching her to say Richard instead and all she did was giggle and run. I freaked out, chasing her before she got to my sister. She wasn't in any trouble of course. But she ran laughing like a madman and shouting dick. My sister came out of her room and asked what the hell is going on. My niece ran up and said Dick. My sister looked at me with daggers. But my niece said, "Look mommy, Dick," and pointed at the TV. My sister took a breather and said to my niece, "You mean Richard Grayson?" My niece nodding and saying yes. My sister pulled me aside and said that she's not mad since my niece knew the word as a name. I felt relief. Until she told me that her ex would probably take it outside of context. So for the rest of my visit, my sister and I tried teaching my niece to say Richard, but even at Richard she would giggle, run, and scream Dick. My sister's ex came to pick up the kids for his visitation weekend and I was nervous. He gets mad over every little thing but complains that he has to be a dad. He lives an hour away, so after 3 hours of not hearing the phone ring with an angry man on the other end, I felt as if we were in the clear. So I went home. I live even farther away by 3 HRS. After 6 hours of nothing I thought I was free and clear. Until the next day I get a three-way call with my sister and her ex and he went straight to assumptions and dogged my sister out to where she was crying. I stopped him in his tracks and told him what happened. He stopped, took a breath, and he said with that context it's better, but he still wasn't happy. I said to him that it was an accident and that me and the older kids won't watch Young Justice anymore to fix the situation. He said it's too late and how my niece is screaming Dick everywhere they go. Instead of trying to teach her like my sister and I did, he went to the extreme. He told me to stay away from the kids completely. I told him that's not happening because my sister has sole custody and decision making. He can't make that choice. The kids love me and doing that will make them sad. He stopped talking to me and addressed my sister saying he will take her to court. My sister laughed, which made her ex even more angry. She told him that in the past few years he wasn't there and has proof of him skipping all his visitations, and this was the first time he had seen the kids since the divorce. So taking this to court wouldn't be in his best interest. She reminded him that during the custody hearing she felt bad for him and had child support reduced. I was there as a witness, so if he doesn't want to pay $2,000 more per month he will get over it and teach his daughter the proper name and be a dad. He hung up and I personally haven't heard from him since. But my niece hasn't said Dick since. TLDR, my oldest nephew wanted to watch Young Justice. My niece learned Nightwing's name is Dick, it became her favorite word. Sister's ex-husband found out, flipped out, and got put in his place and got told to be a dad.
Wow. I mean, at least the context is like kind of innocent, but like also, I remember watching Teen Titans and being like, yeah, what a weird name.
Yeah.
I kind of wish, I don't know, why do they have to use his like short name? Just use his full name. I don't know, man. It's a little weird that that's his name. Like, I guess it's the name, but it's just, man, for a kid's show, it's like, oof. What happened now? What?
By forgetting how old my crush at work actually is.
Ooh. They seem to be surprised because it's like a decade difference. That's okay. That's rough. What? Okay. It's a little short, but we can look into it.
TIFU by booking a client for sex instead of a therapy appointment. Background: I am a therapist and often do 6 monthly check-ins with clients who have completed their program with me. Clients often forget their 6 monthly check-ins, so I just leave a voicemail to call me back. Today I went to leave a voicemail for a client to say, "Hi Gary, I have you booked in for 6 monthly check-ins, please call me back to make an appointment." However, today I mispronounced 6, which made me panic and stop halfway through my sentence, so my voicemail says, "Hi Gary, I have you booked in for 6 month." Followed by a pause of panic and lots of fumbling. This client is either never going to speak to me again, report me, or show up early for his next appointment. TLDR, I told my therapy client I was booking him in for 6 month because I mispronounced 6 and panicked.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was gonna be like she is a therapist, but she's also a prostitute on the side, and then she forgot which one it was. And I was gonna be
That would
like,
have been so funny.
that's what I thought. And then I was like, oh, it's just like a slip up. That's kind of like, that sucks, but you know, that's not too bad. That's not like the worst.
It's not irreversible.
Yeah, it's like you said at least you said like month after, so it's like okay, obviously you meant a number and not sex. All right.
Today I fucked up by ripping my scrotum.
What? Did I misread that? What? Where? Where?
No, it's not on your screen.
Okay, give it to me.
You want to see someone rip their balls?
No, I don't want to see it, though I do want to hear it, I guess.
Reddit is crazy sometimes.
Alright. Where's it? To give it to... Okay, I see it. Alright, after this one, I think we should switch over to a different Reddit.
I was just thinking the same thing. I was thinking we should do best of Redditor updates next, because I always like when a story's like so dramatic and then it pauses and then you're like, okay, here's the update.
Okay.
TIFU by ripping my scrotum. Went to the park with my son, he's almost 2, as he loves ducks, animals in general, thought the wife could be free of him for a while as he was being quite tough today. Was there for about an hour, as I was leave with him I noticed one of his shoes were missing. I had a look and it turns out he threw his shoe or lost his shoe by the ducks. I place him in his pram and told someone to look after him as I jumped over the fence. Now the fence is not sharp but does have some spikes sticking out, as I jumped I slipped, I'm unsure if I got caught but I was basically one leg out one leg in and landed on my testicle. I immediately knew I messed up pretty bad as I felt wet downstairs so I was under the assumption I was bleeding and it felt like I had been kicked in the balls. Guys know when you get hit there you for some reason get stomach pain which I had. Proceeded to get the shoe pushed the pram to my in-laws house which is close by. Went upstairs and had a look and when I pulled down my pants I noticed blood everywhere, turns out I must have landed in the middle of my scrotum and it essentially ripped the whole skin off the right testicle as I saw it bare and white. Rushed to the hospital but before I went in I had to pee, I took a proper look at my testicle and noticed not only did the scrotum rip but I had somehow cut a part of my testicle. NWay's staff at
Oh,
NHS patched me
Jesus!
up and I'm waiting to be seen by a doctor, I assume this will be in the morning as it's 1 a.m. 9/10 pain wouldn't recommend. TL, DR, jumped over a fence landed on the spiky bit ripped my scrotum.
That...
Oh,
Oh my
Jesus.
god.
That's
Oh,
violent.
here's a picture. What? Why would you jump over that? That's not, I thought it was like what's it called? You know, one of those cage-looking fences where it's like, I guess it's a little sharp from the top, but this is way too sharp. I would not jump over this.
You
It's
were
just a
asking
shoe.
for it, my
It's just a
dude.
shoe. Go get a
You
new
were
shoe.
asking for it.
I know. Yeah, it's just like okay. I would just go buy a new shoe. It's not worth it.
Yeah, and also, what the fuck?
That's crazy. All right, we're doing best of Reddit updates. Let's see what we got. What? What is this title?
Which one?
Oh, it's long. My friend just asked me to play the violin in her wedding. I do not and have never played the violin. Also, I think she might literally be going insane. Like, really? That's such a funny...
There's a trigger warning on the post.
Possible
Mood spoiler crazy.
Wait.
Okay.
Okay,
let's read it.
I don't want to see this.
Also, I think she might literally be.
That's so funny to me. It's just the title. I want it because of the title. Let's see what we got. Give me a second to like edit. I'm gonna take away some stuff from this. Okay, let me say the title twice. Let me edit that. Okay.
My 23F friend, 22F, just asked me to play the violin in her wedding. I do not and have never played the violin. Also, I think she might literally be going insane. Like, really? Repost. I am not the OLP. OLP is use/breezeblocks_. Trigger warning, possible mental health issues, verbal abuse. Mood spoiler, crazy. So my friend from school asked me to be in her wedding over lunch today. I have known this girl about 2 years, and because we have the same major we are school friends. We partner up in classes, do projects together, etc., but I don't really know or hang out with her outside this setting. Anyways, she asked me to be in her wedding, I assumed as a bridesmaid. But I was wrong. She said she had had a dream of her perfect wedding and it was so beautiful she woke up crying, wrote it all down and cried for hours because it was just so beautiful and perfect. She even made some sketches and said this was a vision from God of her wedding, and she couldn't even explain the warmth and ecstatic love to me because she didn't have the words, but that she would do anything to capture it perfectly. She then likened herself to an artist with divine inspiration and went on for about 20 minutes about the details of her inspiration and how beautiful and uniting this wedding would be. That it would change lives and be so much more than a ceremony, and that the execution was so perfect it would be more of a visual statement, an artistic dedication to love that everyone would be a living part of. In this beautiful perfect wedding, I am to the front left on the aisle, playing violin as her guests arrive. In a long white gown, feathered and beaded and soft, very romantic. I'll know it when I see it. I laughed and told her I've never played the violin before and as such may have a hard time performing for her guests. She told me that I had a year to learn and that this was extremely important to her. I looked at what I could of her beautiful wedding notes. They seem really insane. Lots of stuff feverishly circled or written over and over, like inspect what you expect over and over, and all in white literally scribbled over other words, all in the margins, copied into big paragraphs. The part she showed me of my role just said, my name, violin, soft and complex, beautiful and intricate, a concerto, lots of detail. Wow, the guests. I don't know how to play violin at all. I've literally never touched one. She sounded like she was on drugs talking about it. She was feverish and flitting from topic to topic and talking about how maybe I could compose something, but she wanted it to sound so intricate that no one would believe it was just one person playing it. It seems beyond normal bride stuff, and when I told her even if I did have a year to learn to play it would be basic at best, she slammed her hand on the table and said stop. Then went right back to her cheery, excited talk about her divine wedding. I very gently tried to refuse, and told her that this wedding sounded really important and that I would be happy to try to find a professional to play for her, and she just said no, it has to be you. I'm sure of it. And went right back to talking, as if I had suggested I wearing a hat to the beach. Just really casually dismissed. Then she dropped a bomb. Besides, I already bought your violin and it was almost $2,000. What? I don't know how to play. I told her she was being insane, but she just kept making no noises or putting up her hands or saying enough. Eventually she just said the violin would be here in a few weeks and that I needed to find someone that gives lessons and learn, and that she believed in me. She told me that worst case scenario, I get to learn a skill most people would love to learn, and that if I do well, I can have the violin as payment. I don't want a violin. I don't play. Then she left, and here I am dumbfounded. I can't exactly cut ties and run. It is summer now, but we have a class together currently, and 3 classes together in the fall. I can only see her getting crazier about this. She is scaring me, and while she's always had a flair for the dramatics, she's never been this crazy before. I'm not really sure if this is just Mega Bridezilla and she will get over it, or if I should just pretend I don't know her, or if I should call a loony bin to come pick her up. Or just take up the violin and hope whatever god of weddings visited her grants me magical powers. TLDR, my friend was visited by the wedding god. I must play the violin.
I must play the violin.
That was a roller coaster.
I think this lady needs professional help.
I think so too. Can you imagine? I'm just like, hey, I want you to come to my wedding, but you have to learn how to fly a jet by next year.
Yeah, and you have to take all of the passengers.
Yeah. And that would be crazy. I'd be like, no.
Like,
They're
what?
No.
What do
You have to. It's like, okay.
It's like, lady, what?
That's insane.
That is not a skill I possess.
Literally, it's like clearly she doesn't want to learn how to play either.
Yeah. It would be different if she like asked her and then she was like, "Yeah, I would like to play," but she said no repeatedly.
I know.
Right. What do you want to? Oh, yeah. This is Best of Red update. So this probably has an update, right?
Oh, Alright, I don't know. How do you look at that?
Unless that is the update post.
I don't know. How do you look at it? Oh, this is the original one. Oh, it was original from 2014? Wait, what? No, that is no, what's the update then? How do you know what's the update? Oh, this?
Is it the relevant comments at the end?
Oh, yeah, right here. Is this it?
Honestly, she sounds like she's dealing with a mental illness.
Probably, but, I think I found it. I think this is the update. Hopefully it is. Let's see.
Ages are still 23F and 22F, length of relationship 2 years. So I sent a modified op to her fiancé, and added after I'm really worried because this seems pretty mentally unstable, way beyond normal bride stuff. I got this reply on Facebook from her, not her fiancé, at about 2 p.m. today. I didn't see it because she deleted me from her friends and it went to a different mailbox. Facebook is weird. Thanks so much for trying to tell my husband I'm crazy. Thank God he understands what it is like to love someone and what planning a wedding is all about. Excuse me that I have a dream I am passionate about. Trust me, if you ever get a ring with that attitude you will understand too, but I doubt it. Nice try trying to get between us, but guess what, sweetie, nothing can tear us apart, least of all you, ha 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 ha. You are clearly jealous and that makes me feel really bad for you. Then about an hour ago I got a message from her fiancé. A long message. The TLDR is that she went fucking nuts on a florist because he couldn't do her entire wedding in Wisteria. The horror, almost got arrested for making a scene in his store. He found out she has spent her financial aid/student loan money for the second half of summer and the fall on random wedding stuff like my violin, and has been booking venue tours and tastings with ridiculous expensive prices. If anyone is familiar with Texas, she is looking at doing her wedding in Giant Castle in that ritzy Lake Travis part of Austin. You know, by the huge multi-million-dollar mansions. So he told her about the need for a budget and being realistic, and she threw an epic fucking fit. At this point she left and went to her sister's house. I messaged him back saying that she may be bipolar and in a manic state, and to ask her sister to maybe get her to a doctor, but he was more upset and focused on being hurt at what she had said to him about the wedding than her. She threw a right little tantrum and accused us of sleeping together. I told him that, needless to say, I would not be playing violin in their wedding and that I was sorry for any trouble, but I really did think it was best he seek some mental health help for her. He said, you made your point, you don't need to rub it in, I can take care of my family. I told him I understood and wished them the best, and I guess that is that. I didn't see her in class today though, and it looks like she won't be coming back for the fall unless she has a plan to get more money. Thank you for the help everyone, I really did appreciate having a few hundred friends in this. TLDR, no one will stand in the way of the wedding god, the show goes on, it would seem. Sends Wisterias and one violinist.
Okay. Well, I'm glad. It's, I don't know. I don't know. I guess I was kind of happy that she almost got arrested because of that flower thing. It's like, yeah, I mean, kind of saw that coming.
That is insane.
Yeah, I just think the title is so funny. Anyway.
My boyfriend of 3 years got a FaceTime
I
last
know,
night
look at
from a
this.
group of his drunken girlfriends asking him to show them his fat dick.
I'm sorry. I'm a little curious.
I want to read it.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out what's the original. Wait, what's the trigger warnings? Okay, it's fine. So this is the original one? So I gotta post. Okay, I'm just trying to find. Oh, is this the update? Okay, here it is. Okay, so this is the original one. Okay, we can do this. Alright, let me edit it real quick. I don't really need to edit it. There's nothing. Okay.
My F20 boyfriend, M22, of 3 years got a FaceTime last night from a group of his drunken girlfriends asking him to show them his fat dick. Repost. I am not op.
No,
The op of this story is use
text-to-speech.
/thrower767667676. Trigger warnings, accusations of infidelity and controlling behavior, drunken stupidity. This story has previously been posted to BORU here. My F20 boyfriend, M22, of 3 years got a FaceTime last night from a group of his drunken girlfriends asking him to show them his fat dick, posted September 7, 2020. Title just about sums it up. Forgive me if I'm making any formatting errors, I'm a long-time lurker and first-time poster. And I'm on mobile. Anyways. So my boyfriend Nick and I have been together for 3 years. He's a super nice, caring guy and I've never had any serious doubts about things until last night. As the title says, last night, while he was with me at my place, he got a FaceTime call from his friend has known him a lot longer than I have, they grew up together, so I have always respected their friendship. I've also met many times and she was always super nice to me and super fun and we follow each other on social media. I've never had any reason to dislike her, or disapprove of their friendship, so in all honesty her FaceTiming my BF somewhat late at night didn't raise any immediate alarm bells. However, before he answered he warned me that was on a beach trip with a few other girlfriends. There were 3 other girls, 4 total including Without trying to get too carried away I'd like to add some context. Obviously my BF, Nick, is 2 years older than me. and her 3 other friends, are all closer to Nick's age 22/23, where I am yet to be 21. Including that info to also express the fact that and these 3 other girls and my BF all went to school together all in the same grade through high school and maybe middle school as well. Point being they've known my BF for quite some time. They've also known he has been dating me for 3 years as these 3 other girls also follow me on social media like I've met these other girls a handful of times, but he's not as close to them as he is with I guess the best way to summarize is they're friends but because they all went to school together, and are the same age, they're all fairly good friends. Anyways he tells me is FaceTiming him. He tells me she's with these 3 other friends and they're at the beach. I told him he should answer then they're probably having a good time and just want to tell him about it. He answers. And her 3 friends all immediately start screaming my BF's name. They then begin to scream his name, followed by show us your fat dick. They were clearly hammered, but I was mortified. What? They? Fuck. My boyfriend seemed pretty shocked too, told them he was with me, and asked what the fuck that was about. The girls all had a mix of explanations. They're drunk, they meant to call someone else, it was an accident. I think I'm really struggling with this because I'm just so shocked and confused. I feel as though I can't blame my boyfriend because clearly this was not his fault, but at the same time I do not understand why these girls, these women actually we're all fucking adults, would think that was an appropriate thing to say to someone who has been in a committed relationship for years. It just doesn't make sense. I feel like I'm also struggling with this because it makes me wonder if my boyfriend has created an atmosphere where these women think acting this way towards him is okay. I feel like he would never do something like that, but I'm just at such a loss. Why would these women think that was okay, and why did they only stop when Nick told them he was with me? Also for what it's worth I'm obviously upset with these women too. We didn't hang out often but I'm upset that the few times we did, they were always nice to me and then they did something so vulgar and inappropriate. I just don't understand. I'm also upset at the fact that they did not produce a single valid explanation. Clearly they did not mean to call someone else. They gleefully screamed my boyfriend's name half a dozen times as soon as he answered. And how was that an accident? This whole incident happened around 11 last night and I fell asleep fairly shortly after. When me and Nick woke up this morning we talked about it briefly and then he left for work. Texted him and said something along the lines of Nick you're being weird, we were just really drunk. Tell op we're sorry. They were hammered. That was obvious. I still just don't understand why they did it. I've been inebriated and never have I FaceTimed someone's boyfriend of several years and asked them to show me their penis. It just doesn't add up. Nor does it really add up that said Nick was being weird. How was he acting odd? I think WTF was a pretty standard response to that sort of thing unless they're used to him acting a different way. I just do not understand. The only person I've talked to about this was my best friend. She knows Nick well, only through me though, so maybe there is some bias, and thinks that these women were probably just wasted. She said she agrees that while she and I would never do something like that under the influence, some women will. I suppose she could be right, but again I have a hard time making peace with that simply because I would never do that and these women are all 2 to 3 years older than me. I suppose I just can't understand why older women would have such a lower level of maturity. I'm sorry for the long post/rant, but I'm pretty upset and confused. I would love to just be able to shake this off, but it really shocked me to my core. I just keep hearing all 4 of their voices in the choirs of show us your fat dick and I can't get over it. What the fuck was that? So yeah, any advice or other perspective is appreciated. I'm just at a total loss of explanation right now.
Predictions for the update. I don't think he's cheating on her. I think this was just a case of those girls taking a joke too far and not respecting boundaries.
Yeah, let's see.
I think the excuse that it was not meant for him was a stupid
Yeah,
one.
that's a bad excuse. Like, come on now.
Yeah, if you're, oh my god.
Alright, like,
Before I
Anyway.
get too carried away, I would like to thank everyone who weighed in on this. I didn't expect it to get much traction, and I really appreciate the amount of you who commented offering your own insight. A lot of the comments made me laugh too, so thank you for that. I honestly don't have a crazy update that a lot of you seemed to be expecting. I talked to Nick. I explained to him exactly why this whole situation made me so uncomfortable, for all the kind Redditors who simply suggested doing that. I also expressed to him that their lack of an explanation made me all the more uncomfortable. He said he understood exactly where I was coming from, and we seemed to get a better understanding of each other after the talk. He told me that Em had apologized more throughout the next day. She had said that her and her friends were beyond smashed, and they thought it would be a funny thing to do to FaceTime all their guy friends and ask to see, well, you know. So to those of you in the comments who suggested Nick was not the only one who got this call, you are correct. She also went on to explain that because they were so wasted, they didn't realize how awkward it was until Nick said Op is right here. Additionally, their mix of it was an accident and we meant to call someone else explanations sort of make sense now when you consider just how drunk they were and the fact that they were in fact calling several other dudes THA night. Em also offered to call me directly and further apologize. All the contact her and my BF had throughout this conversation was him texting her, and he showed me afterwards. I didn't really think that was necessary. I did not want to draw this situation out more than it already had gone on. I feel as though she's sorry enough, and she does not have my number anyways, for those who are probably going to say she should have called anyways. At this point I kinda just wanted to be over the whole mess. I did however ask my BF if he and Em, or any of her friends, had any sort of relations prior to meeting me. He said no, and I believe him. Full disclaimer, I never thought I would be posting this on Reddit, but I met my BF when he was 19 and he was not very experienced with women. Not even in the kissing department. So yet I fully believe him. He was even a bit insecure about his inexperience when we met. The rest of the girls, Ms. Friends, never apologized other than Em texting saying something to the effect of "we're sorry." Because I don't know them that well, and because they probably just feel super uncomfortable about all of this, I'm not going to ask for an apology. I will however think of them slightly differently, and probably prefer my BF not go to any parties/social functions they might be at. No hard feelings, it's just the whole incident paired with them not really holding themselves accountable, unlike Em, kinda rubs me the wrong way. I will say that because they did not make the call, they probably hold themselves to be less guilty than Em, which is fair, but I can't help but feel like if I were in the situation I would still reach out to apologize for the boundaries crossed. Oh well. For those of you who kindly suggested Nick may be cheating with Em, I highly doubt it. I have been cheated on once before. Perhaps I should have included that in the original post, as it might have added more context to why this made me so upset. Anyways,
I
I've
did
been
think
cheated
it
on
was
before and
odd
I
that
do
she
not
was
see
like
any of the
so
signs in Nick.
dwelling on it so
I
much.
also think he would have to be pretty skilled if he were doing this, as Em has been living in college for the past few years, hours away from.
yes, sorry, continue. Did you have something to say?
Yeah, I was saying I did think in the previous post that she was like dwelling on it a lot, and I was like, that's weird. That's
That's
suspicious.
suspicious.
Like, why is it like running around your head all that much? Like, I mean, I attributed it to like, oh, she probably just has different boundaries than I do. Because if I got this call, I would be like, WTF? Is this a prank? But I wouldn't think that much about it, you know?
Yeah, I guess that makes
Like,
sense.
I wouldn't be like, oh, they're immature. And it's like, okay, well, that was weird. Bye.
Us, and Nick and I have been together almost 24/7 the past few months because COVID is still so bad in our country. And above all else, I trust Nick. I do not think he would do this. And finally, to answer the question everyone has been dying to know, yes. My boyfriend is particularly well endowed. I don't know that I'd call it a soup can, as someone kindly suggested in the comments on my other post, but yet it's fat.
A soup.
So their request to see his fat D***ck made me all the more uncomfortable. When I finally worked up the nerve to explain this to my BF, he laughed, and then immediately started blushing. Gotta love that guy.
That's nice. That's a kind of a wholesome ending. That's nice. Alright, do we want to do one more and then call it a night?
Yes.
Alright.
OOP gets an anonymous call saying her boyfriend already has a wife chosen for him. What?
Alright, let's see. Let me just. Okay. It's kind of short, but do you want to do this one?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Let's do that.
How old is Reddit if it can have posts from like 2012?
Must be pretty old. Alright.
OLP gets an anonymous call saying her boyfriend already has his wife chosen for him. Concluded. I am not the original poster. That is Onoelmi. She posted in r/askreddit. Do not comment on original posts. These posts are 14 years old. Mood spoiler, messy, complicated, and bittersweet. Title, that awkward moment when you get a phone call from an anonymous person telling you to stay away from your boyfriend of 3 years, because his wife has already been chosen for him. My boyfriend is from Zimbabwe, and, when he was 16 and she was 13, he was betrothed to marry a girl from the town he grew up in. He has only met her a handful of times. Since then, he has gone overseas to study, which is where he met me. I'm totally devoted to him, he is the best and kindest man I've ever met and we make each other very happy. I'm starting to worry about him becoming depressed because of the impossible expectations his family have of him to study, get married, send money back home and look after his younger siblings. I've come to accept that I will almost certainly have to let him go to marry this other woman, but I'm having a hard time working out how I can support him and make him happy, and if I'm honest, encourage him to stay with me. I just wanted to ask Reddit if anyone has had a similar experience with an intercultural relationship. Do I have a hope in hell? Edit, pretty amazed at how many people have replied. I'm still reading everything, but I do genuinely appreciate how many people have given their frank opinion, whatever that may be. Also, does anyone know where I can buy a sword? Edit, have been asked to put our ages in the original post. I am 23 and he is 26, nearly 27. Also, he has a permanent visa and is not from a rural village. He grew up in a middle-class mining town where his father is an engineer. Editor's note, OLP's comments have been deleted but I recovered some of them and their contexts. The top comment is very long, but I found it to be enlightening. You can read it here.
Okay, and then the update is. Okay, I think this is it.
Thanks to everyone for your honest advice. I appreciated that most people were, if not kind, at least upfront. A few people asked for an update once the situation has been resolved, so here it is. He's decided he has no choice but to marry the girl he is betrothed to. He hopes we can remain friends and keep in touch. He will be going back home to marry her in September, after which he will return here with his new bride to start married life together. The good news is that they will be living in the same suburb as me, so the chances of me bumping into them are high. Editor's note, OLP clarified in the comments this is sarcasm. How shall I move on and avoid spending the next year sitting in the dark drinking gin? Edit, it's way past my bedtime. Thanks again to everyone that took the time to respond, and sorry to anyone that I didn't get the chance to reply to. Night night. Edit, I see people are still here. Good morning to you all.
Okay, so it was kind of just. Okay. I feel like
That was bad.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of a flat one to end on. Let's try to find a different one to end on.
I was hoping it would have like a really dramatic, happy end.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just like, okay, so TLDR, guy you like, supposed to marry someone else, and then he did, and that was it.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. Do we have? Let's look for one more, because I feel like that was kind of.
Roommate published graphic fan fiction online in which I'm the protagonist.
Stop. Where? Where is this? Am I? Where? Where is it? Link it. Link it. Link it right now. That's crazy.
I know, I'm winking it, I'm winking it. Oh my god.
Let's see. All right. Okay. All right. Got it.
Roommate, 19M, published graphic fanfiction online in which I'm, 19F, the protagonist. Concluded. I am not the OLP, OLP is use/throw 35 away. Trigger warning, obsessive and creepy behavior. Mood spoiler, creepy. I have 2 roommates, 19M, 20F. I really get along with the girl and we're very good friends. The guy is, a bit odd to say the least. He's very socially inept as well. Nonetheless, I'm sorta used to him now. Yesterday I was in the kitchen when my friend walked in and told me that he showed her his fanfic. She said that I'm the main character and that I might want to check it out. She said that in a very concerned tone. Of course I immediately went on the website and read it. To my surprise it had almost 2,000 views at the time I was reading it. My reaction was nothing short of what the fuck. I don't want to say exactly what it's about, but it's extremely sexual in nature. The creepy thing is that the descriptions he used are entirely based on my appearance and it's so creepily accurate. I mean, he got everything down. The character has my name and age as well. But the worst thing is that he mentioned the college we go to as well. What if someone I know stumbles upon it? I just don't feel comfortable with this at all. The fact it got so many views is also messed up. He didn't even have to base the character on me. Why the hell would he do that? How the hell do I confront him about this? TL, our roommate wrote graphic fanfic in which I'm the main character. The character is entirely based on me and he mentioned the college we go to. I feel weirded out and I'm scared someone I know will find it. What should I do?
That is insane. What?
That is unhinged. I can't even imagine what the update is.
Okay, the update's actually really short, so I think it's really simple. I think
Damn
this
it.
is the update, yeah.
Edit/update. I asked him to remove it or at least change the character/name and the college. He was very reluctant and said that he was really set on basing the character on me because it just felt right. However, he gave up after a while and promised to change it within 2/3 days. I will keep my eye on the website, but hopefully this is solved now. Thanks for everyone who gave me advice.
Okay, so that's
There's
kind of
another
really?
update.
Wait, there is? Oh.
Mhm.
Okay.
The college got involved and he was forced to take it down today. I thought 2/3 days was a reasonable time frame, but in hindsight I realize that's not the case. I'm in housing off campus. I think I'll have a word with the landlord as well because he clearly doesn't think he did anything wrong. I seriously don't know what goes on inside his brain.
That's, I don't know, that's weird, bro.
That's unhinged, yeah.
It's just weird. It feels like it's like doxing you. It's basically just doxing someone, which is illegal. So anyway, all right. I think that's an okay place to stop. So yeah, but that was fun. I guess we'll be naming 100 women soon.
Yes.
All right. Any last words?
Bye-bye.
Bye.